You don't need to like Mark Goldbridge. You don't have to enjoy his content or his perspective on football. It is definitely true that Mark Goldbridge has taken shots at other people on the internet before. I'm one of them. He's had people say things about him. It's kind of part of the fan media culture in many ways. But the jealousy, the envy, the anger that I see coursing through the veins of so many journalists, so many TV pundits, so many Man United fans online is astronomical, to say the least. It truly is. It's mind-boggling that a man who has built a company that employs multiple people, that has grown to levels that nobody in this community expected it. I remember being at a meeting where a YouTube executive was there, and they told us as fan content creators, you'll be lucky to get above 50,000 people following your YouTube account. So the fact that that's coming directly from YouTube, their assessment of it back then, the likes of Mark Goldbridge, the boys at Redmen TV, True Geordie, Robbie Lyle, aka Don Robbie, pioneers of this industry, have worked tirelessly, day in, day out, week in, week out, night in, night out, for years to create what are now businesses, but businesses that are based upon what we all love, and that is a fan's perspective of football. They gave fans a voice. Seeing now that Goldbridge has conducted an interview with the permission of Man United, the position, by the way, he had the permission of Rasmus Hojlund, who's been a long-term viewer of the United stand. Majority of the squad and players and staff and board at Man United knew about this because it took months, absolute months for Mark Goldbridge to get this done. The fact that he is now receiving death threats, the addresses are being posted online, the safety of his staff, including the females, is being put at risk, and people are saying that they're going to kill him if they see him. He's a dead man walking. It just blows my mind, and the whole entire fan sort of content community, whether you like Mark or not, should be standing behind him. And I'll tell you as to why. Because this is a situation that I look at and go, it's Mark today, but if you stand back, my dad taught me a saying when I was younger, which was, if not me, who? If not now, when? And I view this circumstance in that way. If we don't stand up as a community against this, you are setting a precedent. Let's just say this gets rid of Mark. Mark retires, shuts the channel down. And let's just say, I don't think it will happen, by the way, but let's just say that somebody else's channel grows, the United View or Saeed TV, whoever it may be, and they replace the United stand. The media are going to do this to you as well. If you are a threat to them, they are going to come for you. We've seen this across multiple sectors of the kind of online world, certain podcasts being attacked by the media left, right, and center because they have a bigger audience and they're more powerful than the media. And all this is. And the fact that the death threats are being published, the story about this is now going viral. The fan channel communities have to come together here to stand shoulder to shoulder with Mark Goldbridge. Whether you like him or not, your personal feelings towards him are irrelevant. This is about the industry of which we work in. And I would be really embarrassed to see anyone in our community jump on this pylon right now. Oh, maybe I'll earn some extra money out of it. Maybe I'll get some extra subscribers out of it. Maybe these media outlets will like me. They may in the short term, but they'll come for you as well. And in fact, they are attacking you at the same time. I want to play you a snippet from something Andy Minton has said, which online people are saying is a dig at Mark Goldbridge. But take a little listen to this.
Some of the pernicious abuse that he's flung. And then for people 6 weeks later to say, got to admit I was wrong there. And I think, wait a minute, what you said was absolutely vicious. And you just think that you can say that and get away with it. And there's no comeback whatsoever. And social media allows that. If I did that in my job, I'd be sacked.
Now, a lot of people are taking that snippet and saying, that's Goldbridge, got Goldbridge. And I've heard Goldbridge call players bad names. I'm not going to lie, he has done that. But so does everybody in our industry. Now, journalists don't use that kind of language. There's a different approach that the standard mainstream media have to go through because of the rules and regulations that surround them. But let's not act. Firstly, let me break this bit down. This video is not about Goldbridge in any capacity. Because when you start this video from the beginning, you'll see something. I'm going to put it to the beginning.
Huge number of Manchester United fans wanted the manager sacked. Maybe they should be a little bit more patient as well. Because I don't think United will win the league this year. Manager to be sacked. And I think if you're a supporter, you get behind the team. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
This video was about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And as we all remember, Mark Goldbridge was somebody that stood by Ole pretty much until the end. Even when he wanted him sacked, he wasn't abusing him. So people have taken a clip from this and said he's talking about Mark Goldbridge when he couldn't have been. And a lot of the people that are piling on Mark Goldbridge were the ones abusing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And they're now trying to sit there and push this clip out as if it's about Mark. So what are you doing? Why are you doing the mainstream media's work for them? Why are you attacking them and damaging your own industry? Because if it's Mark today and Mark goes for one reason or another, you may step up and be the next man, but they'll come for you next as well because you're a threat. It's absolutely horrendous to me. The other side of this that sort of stands out to me hugely is, and I said it yesterday, and I'm going to say it again, I'm going to echo it. They say to us, well, you can't change your mind over the course of 6 weeks when you abuse someone or you get angry with somebody. Okay. Well, what about all the people that are right now angry that the Mason Mount signing reportedly was not done for footballing reasons? That was a media lie that was pushed out by the mainstream media. What about the lie that Manchester United is seeking government funding that multiple mainstream media publications have pushed out? That we want public funding, taxpayers' money to build the new stadium. Complete and utter lies. Manchester United are seeking for the government to give money it's promised to rejuvenate a big part, a famous part of the north of England. Man United are going to pay for all the bits that belong to them, but they're looking for a complete rejuvenation of the area. 110%. No difference to what other clubs have done in the past, but it's twisted by the media. So what happens? City fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans pile on Man United, abuse Man United and our fans, abuse our owner. These are the same journalists. Now, I'm not saying Andy Minton has written one of them articles, but that's your industry. Why are you not holding them to account? Why are you ignoring what they're doing? But yet a fan who gets angry because of these stories that your colleagues publish, and then they change their mind 6 weeks later because the truth comes out, you're having to go at us because of your industry's lies? Come on now. That's a madness. Now, look, as I say, I don't condone the abuse of players, the abuse of managers. I stand by that. I'm not going to lie, though. I've made mistakes before when being angry on camera. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be whiter than white and innocent and not guilty of that. But it's an absolute travesty what we are seeing. And for this to go to death threats is ridiculous because, I mean, there are people out there that play the victim. There are people out there that lie. You know, I know a guy that did YouTube. He's been gone a long time now. And he used to always tell me, to Adam back in the day in the studio, he used to tell KJ, oh, I get so many death threats. You know, I don't really want to be on your channel anymore. That the audience is so toxic. I used to say to him, look, mate, the audience isn't toxic. You're toxic to them. So they're just giving you back your own energy. And he couldn't handle that feedback. Started calling me a bully. I can't believe you said that about me. I said, well, I said it privately to you, mate. I didn't make it public. But you start calling people scumbags. And I don't even want to use the words that he did, but words that will get you kicked off like the internet. Nothing racist, nothing sexist, nothing homophobic, but just nasty things, nasty pejoratives that you can call people. When you start calling the audience that because you disagree with their opinion, when you start slagging off fans that are not from the UK, when you start belittling people, he even privately once after a stream threatened to, I quote, cut, so stroke stab or slit the throat of another panelist because he challenged his football opinion. These people I've seen go online and lie through their back teeth that they've had death threats and that they're getting all these horrible messages. And I've asked them many, many times, can you please send me a screenshot? Because I can find who the user is. I can block them. I don't want people sending death threats, then watching my videos. That's not my way. Each and every time I'm met with the same answer. Oh, I've deleted it now. I don't know where it is. I've had death threats to my house. Oh, that's mad. Can you send me a copy? We can feed it in. We can help speak to YouTube, help try and track it down. No, it's private. I'm not going to give out any information to anybody. Why are you telling me then? And we see this a lot. People that call, and what's really crazy is there are some content creators that won't come on the football terrace. And they won't come on the football terrace because they say your audience is too toxic. 99.9% of the people that come on my show don't say this. They're saying it to you. And the only people that have ever said this are people that have really big opinions, give crap to the audience and sort of fight back with them. And it's a little bit of a pantomime. The irony is these people go on other channels, and when I look at my analytics, 82% of my audience watch those channels as well. It's the same fucking audiences. But again, as I say, there are a lot of very jealous, very negative, very toxic people out there. That's the point of what I'm saying here. And Mark Goldbridge is subject to that now. Now, me and Mark have a shaded past. We worked together at the beginning. We had a long period where we had arguments and fights with one another. That is all. That hatchet has been buried. But I defended Mark a few years ago when that wasn't the case. But I'm going to defend him again now, irrespective, because it's wrong what he is going through on a personal, human, adult level. It is disgusting that the fan channel media is not all standing up and protecting him and standing shoulder to shoulder, because if it isn't him, it's going to be you. That is the way this works, and history proves that to us. And I also think it's crazy that a lot of people in this fan channel industry, their jealousy rises to the top when they see anybody else be successful. I've had conversations with Don Robbie, he's experienced it. I've had conversations, of course, with Mark Goldbridge, he's experienced it. Likes of Saeed experiences it. I saw the way people went at him when his channel started growing, he started doing the protest stuff. Disgraceful. I don't work with Saeed. We've been on a few shows together, but I've got respect for what he does. The amount of Liverpool fans that are not from Liverpool that get a lot of stick from Liverpool fans online because of the content and how they speak and where they're from, whether it's outside of Liverpool, outside of the UK. I stand by those individuals, and we should, because we're trying to build and grow this industry. You, the viewers that are tuning in, the majority of you, whether you agree with me or not on my opinion, you're here because you enjoy fan media. And the fact that I met people at Sky at the Football Content Awards a few years ago, they literally told us we are copying the blueprint that you guys have set down. So even all the stuff you guys enjoy now from the mainstream is just an echo of what we started with more money. And these attacks are a disgrace. We should all be standing up against them in every single which way, shape, and form. Stop when you're not getting any real abuse, you're just being criticized. Stop when you're not receiving death threats, lying about it, and save our energy for these real situations that are occurring. Because this story is absolutely horrendous. I stand with Mark, I stand with everybody at the United stand, and so should every single Manchester United fan. Actually, let me scrap that. So should every single football fan who works, watches, views, or consumes anything from the fan media world. Until next time, people, take care of yourselves. God bless, and I'll see you in a bit.